Right, let's gauge some opinion from our political analyst, Willie Jackson. Now, tēnā koe, Willie. Looking very, very dapper this morning, my friend.
Thanks very much.
Chris
Not
Finlayson's...
looking too tidy.
Hey, nothing wrong with my jacket. Now, Chris Finlayson's looking forward to making an apology. He's just said that in the last grab there. He's been quite crucial in Tūhoe reaching this stage of their settlement, hasn't he?
Well, I interviewed Tamati on Wāti on Māori radio last year. They're very comfortable with Finlayson, you know, and you know, they have such a reputation of being so staunch, but Tamati feels that, you know, the Crown or Finlayson's been very reasonable, so, you know, it's proceeding well for them.
And there's mana motuhake in the settlement.
Yes.
To my knowledge, that's the first time that mana motuhake, our tribes insisted that mana motuhake be included in the settlement. Yes. That's quite a major step forward for them. Do you think a lot of tribes will follow that example?
No, well, other tribes have sort of got their own mana motuhake too. Even your tribe, Te Arawa, have got some. they got some of that in the lake settlement. Ngāti Whātua have got a bit of that too. But these guys are getting it formally written in. How that runs will be fascinating, because they're saying, well, we'll run our own health services, we'll do this, we'll run our own social services. The question is, how will they fund that? How will they resource that? And the Crown will probably say, well, you just use all your treaty money. See, that's the dilemma, and it'll be interesting, fascinating to watch how Tamati and them resolve that. So mana motuhake is fine, but mana motuhake, and they got to use all their treaty money. I would hope that the government keeps supporting them. So whilst the tino rangatiratanga and mana motuhake sounds fine, we're not quite sure how that's going to roll out yet.
Which is interesting you say that, because mana motuhake and tino rangatiratanga is actually causing some division within the Ngāpuhi claim at the moment, because you've got Ngāti Hine there vigorously campaigning to be on their own, to be their own entity, advance their own claims under their own mana motuhake and tino rangatiratanga. So what's it going to take for Ngāpuhi to reach settlement date just like Tūhoe?
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to carry on with Sonny Tau, who's the main negotiator. He's being opposed vigorously by Wasi Shortland and Pita Tipene.
And their brother-in-law. They're
brother-in-laws, aren't they? Sonny and Wasi are brother-in-laws. This is what happens in every treaty settlement. This is not unique to Ngāpuhi, even though we have them on that they fight all the time. In fact, if you go right back, Scotty, you go back to Ngaitahu, Sandra Lee opposed the Ngaitahu settlement. You go to Tainui, Eva Rickards opposed the Tainui settlement. So what the leaders do, and I've put this to Wasi Shortland, what should happen here? Because if we had have gone down your track with those two big settlements, we wouldn't have had Tainui, we wouldn't have had Ngaitahu. And I know what Wasi's saying, he's got a good argument, no doubt about it. But if you sit around, this is the argument here, Scotty, if you sit around waiting for everyone to agree, you miss out altogether. And so the Crown sometimes makes some tough decisions. Sonny Tau is getting on with things. And the other side of it is, and I interviewed Shane Jones the other day, he said, we don't want to be like a whakatō here, where Ranginui was negotiating for whakatō, Ranginui Walker, and then whakatō here went to the back of the queue. So there's all these problems at the moment. It's incredible to watch. I love to have them in the studio here to watch how they resolve this. But arguments both ways, but the point is, some of these great leaders like Mahuta and O'Regan, they took what was on offer, which was peanuts, and look where those tribes are today. Maybe Sonny Tau's looking at it the same way.
And the Māori King showed his mana motuhake this week by rebuffing the visit by Prince William and his whānau, because a 90-minute visit, according to Kingi Tūheitia, is not long enough. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I'm not into the King and Queen and all that anyway, but one would have thought a bit of common sense might have come in here, a bit of mediation, because, I mean, if you want to look at politics, it's good to have the King or the Prince and his family there. So you would have thought Nanaia Mahuta would have got involved here, perhaps, Peter Sharples, and worked it out, because a lot of people would kill for an hour and a half with the King. But myself, I'm a bit different. But it does look like a hugely missed opportunity. And you've got to wonder what's happening with the King down there, who's advising him. Maybe you need to get in and advise him. You tap into that Ngāti Maniapoto side of yours,
Tuku Morgan, I think. Tuku's doing a good job. But, I mean, it's a strange one, maybe a big opportunity missed for those people down there.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Willie. Ngā mihi kia koe.